Good morning, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you have all been keeping so very well. Today I thought we could just hang out for the day and I'll show you everything that I eat in a day as a vegan. It is currently 8 AM and I'm just about to get into making some breakfast. I did start my day by drinking about half a litre of water. I tend to drink around 2 to 3 litres of water a day. And with my breakfast this morning, I will also take my vitamins. So the ones that I'm taking at the moment are iron, omega-3 and B12, but honestly I haven't had my levels checked in quite some time, and it's something that I really need to get onto. So yeah, that's just what I'm taking at the moment, but it could definitely change. Okay, yeah, I guess we should get into breakfast. I have no idea what I want or what I even have in the house right now. I deeply need to go grocery shopping, but it's Friday today and I'm just gonna wait until the weekend to go. So let's see what we have going on in the fridge and the pantry today. So this morning I'm actually heading off to play a game of netball, and I know that some people don't like to eat before they exercise and some people really do like to eat before they exercise. Personally, I'm someone who needs to. I find that I really lack energy if I don't eat before moving my body, and I also just am the type of person who wakes up and has breakfast pretty much first thing in the morning. So I personally find that what my body needs changes obviously from day to day and week to week and month to month and all of that beautiful stuff, but there definitely is a difference in what my body needs depending on how and how much I am moving my body. So yeah, this morning I really want to make sure I have a breakfast that fills me up and makes me feel good so that I am feeling nice and nourished going into my game. And yeah, when I'm moving my body more, I honestly just tend to be eating more, and that's just the way that my body works. So with that being said, for breakfast this morning, there's not a whole heap going on in my fridge and pantry this morning, but I do have beans. I always have beans in the house, and so this morning I'm just gonna make myself some homemade baked beans on toast. I do have a recipe on my website, but honestly, like, baked beans are something that are pretty easy to make as long as you have some form of like tomato / barbecue sauce and like some garlic powder and onion powder and that kind of thing. You don't need a whole heap to make them delicious. Okay, breakfast is served. Very simple breakfast this morning, and I actually would love to know, when I personally go out to a cafe, I like to be served like one thick piece of toast. Like if I'm getting avocado on toast, for example, one thick piece of toast with avocado piled on top, whereas I know a lot of people would prefer like 2 thin pieces of toast. Anyway, when I'm at home, because I prefer a thick piece of toast, I always get my sourdough when I go to the supermarket or I go to a bakery. I always get it unsliced so that then I can cut a thick piece and then pile it with toppings. Like, that's my preferred way to enjoy my breakfast. Revolutionary stuff, I know. I am going to get into eating my baked beans on toast now. It's gonna be a delicious way to start the day. I'll head off to netball, play my game, hopefully have a bit of a win, and then I will catch up with you when it is next time for me to make and eat some food. Okay, so at the moment I am going through a little bit of a phase, and this phase is a yogurt phase where I just can't stop buying and eating yogurt, which is very bizarre in general, but mostly bizarre because before I went vegan I never enjoyed eating yogurt, but I'm obsessed with it at the moment. So I am going to make myself some lunch shortly, but after working out this morning and getting nice and sweaty, I am very much so ready to have a snack to tide me over until lunchtime. So we all probably know by now that I have a sweet tooth, and this chocolate coconut yogurt is so unbelievably good. I am just gonna snack on some of this with some fresh strawberries. It is delicious, such an iconic combo. If you haven't tried this yogurt, I highly recommend. So this is my snack today. Forgot to mention that it is currently 11:30 a.m. so this will get me through until lunch. So before we get into making lunch, I wanted to say a big thank you to my friends at Squarespace who have very kindly sponsored today's video. If you are new to veganism or you're just looking to change things up, I have heaps of vegan recipes on my website that I highly encourage you to check out. I understand when you're going vegan, honestly, for me personally and a lot of people that I know, one of the most difficult things was figuring out what you wanted to have as like staple meals in your diet. When you're changing from a very different diet, it can be quite difficult. So I definitely recommend checking out my website if you're looking for a few staples. I have most of my staples on there. And yeah, I host my website with Squarespace. You may know by now that I'm not the most tech savvy person. Everything that I do online has been self-taught, and Squarespace has honestly been one of the easiest things that I have used because website design is just really completely out of my comfort zone. So they have made it very easy to do so. Probably my favorite feature on Squarespace is the fact that their blogging features are super easy to use. So if, like me, you're wanting to create recipes and share them online, creating a website with Squarespace is a great way to do so. If you're keen to try out Squarespace, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/AmandaDux. You can use my code AmandaDux. That gets you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, let's get into the kitchen. For lunch today, I am thinking I'm going to make some rice paper rolls, which I'm really excited about because I haven't made them in a very long time, but they are just so delicious. So rice paper rolls are a bit of an all-time favorite for me. I really enjoy making them for myself, but I also really love making them for friends and family if they're coming over for dinner. They tend to be something that are just like so full of flavor, but they're also really fresh and make a lot of people feel really good. They personally make me feel really good. So when I make rice paper rolls, I really like to make like a peanut butter kind of sauce to go with them. And I'm gonna start by doing that just so that it's ready once the rice paper rolls are also ready. I do a pretty simple sauce and I honestly wing it most times that I do it, depending on what I have in the house. Actually, I need to check if I have any sesame oil. Okay, so I have sesame oil, so I'm gonna use sesame oil as well as maple syrup, peanut butter, soy sauce, and then if it needs some extra salt, I'll add some salt or some garlic powder for extra flavor, but I'm just gonna see how I go. So I'm gonna mix all of that together to make the sauce, and then I'm gonna get into making the actual rice paper rolls. Okay, so my sauce is done and it tastes really delicious, and now I'm going to get into making the rice paper rolls. So every time I make rice paper rolls, it tends to be a little bit different, but one thing stays very consistent, and that is my love for Chickpea Tempeh. So this is the brand that I have been using lately. I'll probably only use like maybe a third of this block, if that, but I use this as sort of like a replacement for tofu because I'm a vegan who doesn't really like tofu that much. So I'll use this, or I'll use soy tempeh, but I definitely prefer chickpea. And then also in my rice paper rolls, I'm going to put some avocado, cucumber, coriander, and spring onion. Should be very delicious. I've really got lots of green going on in there. It's gonna be good. Okay, so this is my lunch for today. I originally was only going to make 3 rice paper rolls, but ended up deciding to make 4 because they were quite small. So I'm having 4 of these for lunch with my peanut sauce. There is definitely way too much sauce here, but I'll just keep the leftovers for something else during the week. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this now. I'm also going to watch an episode of Euphoria because I am obsessed with Euphoria right now, and then I will catch up with you when it is next time for us, well, me, to eat something. Whew. That sounded good. I just know it. So as well as going through a phase with yogurt at the moment, I'm also going through a phase with this watermelon water, which I don't even like watermelon, but my friend got this at a cafe months ago and I was like curious, had a sip and really liked it. And now I'm going through a real phase where I am really enjoying having watermelon water. So I can't even describe it. Like, it just tastes so unbelievably good. I'm loving it, and it's so refreshing as well. So as is probably evident, it is now dinner time and it's about 6:30 p.m. right now. I'm about to start cooking. It's just me tonight at home, so just gonna make myself a lovely little meal for one. I sort of had an idea of what I wanted to make, but I am completely second guessing myself, and I'm thinking I might feel like some couscous, like a warm couscous salad or something like that. I have some chickpeas and some feta and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that I'll make some kind of couscous thing. I really, really enjoy couscous. It's something that I didn't eat for a really long time, and now I'm like, what was I missing out on for so long? Okay, so this is what we've got going on for dinner. We have couscous. I always have couscous, pasta, rice, just like grainy sort of stuff in the house because it's such a good base for a meal. I also have a can of chickpeas. I got some of this feta. I really recommend this feta. It's really creamy and delicious. I love it very much. So cherry tomatoes. I also have the biggest bunch of basil I've ever seen, so I'm thinking that we're gonna do basil in some way, and I've also got some spring onions. So I'm not really sure how this is gonna work, but I'm in the mood to cook, so let's just see what happens, I guess. I think we'll start by cooking the chickpeas, then the couscous, and then we'll put like some basil and onion and tomatoes and feta through the couscous with the chickpeas. I kind of have a vision, I think. Okay, so I have my chickpeas frying away at the back here, just in a little bit of olive oil and garlic powder. And then in front here, I have my couscous. This just has couscous, water, oil, and a little bit of veggie stock powder. That's just sitting there for a few minutes. Okay, so I am adding the couscous in with the chickpeas just to heat it all up. Okay, I literally feel like I have whipped up this dinner so quickly. I'm definitely gonna have to continue making things like this more frequently. So I've got my couscous and my chickpeas back here. I'm gonna put them into a bowl, and then we're gonna get into all of the fun toppings that are going on top. Okay, chickpeas and couscous as our base. Wow, this is a lot. Definitely didn't need an entire can of chickpeas, but anyway, we're just gonna roll with it at this point. Okay, so I have topped it with some cherry tomatoes, and then I am also going to put some of this vegan feta on top. Am I gonna be able to make this look good? That is the real question. I think we'll do 2 sticks of vegan feta. Look how soft this feta is. It's like so good. I'm such a texture person when it comes to food, and that texture is ideal. Okay, I'm adding some fresh basil on top, as well as some spring onion. Okay, let's put some pepper on top to finish it all off. Okay, so this is going to be my dinner tonight. It smells really good. That literally only took me 10 minutes, which we love. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be a very delicious end to a delicious day of vegan food. And so that brings us to the end of everything I ate in a day as a vegan. I hope you got some inspiration from today's video and enjoyed seeing what I was eating today. If you have any video requests, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below. And as always, hope you have a really beautiful day. Thanks for being here, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!